Welcome to Connected Through Change. Men supporting menopause, two voices, one journey. Your host is Russell Betts, author of the international best-selling book, The Good Husband's Guide to Menopause, and founder of the Connected Through Change movement. Each week, you'll hear both the men's and women's perspectives, so you can understand what's really happening beneath the surface and learn how to stay steady, supportive, and connected through one of life's biggest transitions. If you want clarity, confidence, and a stronger relationship during menopause and beyond, you're in the right place. Let's begin.
Over the last 3 weeks, we've been exploring a quiet trilogy of human capacity: patience, rest, and resilience. Each one has asked something different of us. Each one has revealed something about how we move through the world and how the world moves through us. This week, we turn toward a word that sits at the center of so many relational storms and so many relational breakthroughs: empathy, and with it, the deeper practice beneath it: emotional leadership. Because in many relationships, there is a silent battle being fought over that single word. Empathy often feels like a demand, a test, a destination one partner is trying to reach and the other is trying to avoid. But if we really slow down, we might see that the struggle isn't actually about caring. It's about orientation. It's about what happens inside the body, long before words ever enter the room. There is a moment in every relationship where this becomes visible. A moment when you realize that what you've been calling emotional leadership wasn't leadership at all. It was emotional management. We think leadership means having the right words, fixing the mood, making the pain go away, restoring harmony as quickly as possible. But true emotional leadership isn't about control. It isn't about smoothing the moment or rescuing the relationship from discomfort. It is the capacity to remain present when the temperature rises. It is the ability to stay in the room physically and emotionally without collapsing into shame or exploding into defense. And here's the part we rarely name. What often looks like a lack of empathy is actually a loss of safety. When safety is lost, empathy becomes biologically impossible. We aren't refusing to connect. We are surviving. For many women, the lived experience of this dynamic feels like exhaustion. Not the exhaustion of a long day, but the exhaustion of being the only one holding the map. She walks into the room and immediately senses the emotional weather. She knows if the air is heavy. She knows if the connection is thin. She knows if a storm is brewing. And because she sees it, she feels responsible for it. When she reaches out for empathy, she isn't looking for a solution. She is looking for a witness. Someone to stand beside her and say, "I see the storm too. You're not imagining it. You're not alone." But when her partner goes silent, or offers a quick fix, or tries to calm her down, she doesn't experience it as help. She experiences it as abandonment. She feels she must now carry her own emotions and manage his reaction to them. The loneliness of this position can feel crushing, so she increases the intensity not to attack, but to be heard across the distance, to bridge the gap, to feel less alone in the storm she didn't choose. For many men, the interior experience is not indifference. It is disorientation. He wants to be a good partner. He wants connection. He wants to show up. But when the emotional intensity rises, it doesn't feel like an invitation. It feels like an ambush. He suddenly feels like he has been dropped into a foreign country without a map. He hears the distress in her voice, and his nervous system reads it as a siren. Danger. failure, something is wrong, and I don't know how to stop it. He tries to lower the temperature, maybe by offering logic, maybe by going quiet to avoid saying the wrong thing. He isn't trying to dismiss her feelings. He is trying to stop the flooding in his own body. He withdraws not because he doesn't care, but because he feels he is drowning. To him, empathy feels like a request to drown faster. Let's pause here. Not to analyze, just to notice. Notice what happens in your chest or your stomach as you hear these two realities described. Maybe you felt a tightening when we spoke of the loneliness. Maybe you felt a heaviness when we spoke of the flooding. Maybe you felt both. Don't try to change it, just notice it. Take a breath in through the nose and a long, slow exhale out through the mouth. Acknowledge that both experiences are real. The exhaustion is real. The disorientation is real. No one is the villain here. This is the human nervous system doing what it was designed to do. When we stop trying to force empathy and start building safety, the dynamic changes. Emotional leadership is the moment one person decides to stop scanning for danger and start scanning for the other person's humanity. It is the moment she realizes his silence is overwhelm, not coldness. It is the moment he realizes her intensity is a plea for contact, not an attack on his character. It is the moment both people remember that the relationship is not a battlefield, it is a living system. A place where two nervous systems are trying, sometimes clumsily, to find each other again. We don't need to agree on the facts to be coherent in the relationship. We just need to be safe enough to stay in the room. This isn't chaos. This is coherence. All things working together. All things reorganizing toward connection.
Thanks for joining us on Connected Through Change. Remember, it takes two voices to walk one journey, and you don't have to navigate this alone. To go deeper, grab Russell's international best-selling book, The Good Husband's Guide to Menopause. Explore the weekly blog or take the Communication Clarity Assessment at connectedthroughchange.com. Stay steady, stay connected, and I'll see you in the next episode.